Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tom Baines Spring Concert. My name is Alora Kondaker, and I play the alto saxophone.
My name is Stuart Chen, and I play the tenor saxophone.
I'm Samuel Chan, and I play the bass clarinet. We're all part of the Grade 9 band.
Before we begin, let's take a moment to recognize the Aboriginal peoples and the communities who came before us. We would like to acknowledge the traditional territories and oral practices of the Blackfoot Nations, which includes the Siksika, the Piikani, and the Kainai. We also acknowledge the Tsuut'ina and Stoney Nakoda First Nations, the Métis Nation, and all people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta.
Now, all of you are here to enjoy some music, right?
Yeah!
I'm sure you are wondering, why do we have to sit here and listen to these couple teenagers talk? We'll be brief, I promise. All of us here have been part of something remarkable in our junior high lives, and we'd like to share just some of it here with you.
It's astonishing how much each musician here has developed through these short years.
Those of us in band have been learning together as a group and have experienced what we can do putting all of our best efforts together.
Our band wouldn't be any sort of band without our brass, our woodwinds, our percussion, our string players, and of course our band director. It's because of all of these pieces that we can make something bigger than ourselves and give it to you today.
You may have heard your kid or brother or sister squeak and squawk their instruments at home, and I'm sure it was pleasant. This is all natural. After all, almost every student here began their band journey less than 3 years ago. And they've improved so much in such a short time.
The great thing about this class is that we are given the opportunity to choose an instrument that we want to learn about, while also making an important contribution to the band. Hopefully.
In addition to that, the pieces you'll be listening to tonight have been practiced relentlessly in our band classes and during some morning rehearsals. A big thank you to all the parents who were willing to wake up that early and get their child to school. I know it's definitely not my favorite thing in the world.
We can tell you, though, that it's been worth it. Within each band practice and session, it's been a wonderful experience becoming closer to our bandmates. For example, Alora here likes to untie my shoelaces when Mr. Mailman's not looking. You know, bonding.
Many of the students you will see tonight have played with the Tom Baines Band for their entire junior high career, whether it's their first year or their last. That means you won't see us here again next year.
Well, you could be, like, at least a little sad.
A few of us here are also part of our jazz band, and some even make frequent visits to the band room during lunch hours. You could call us band nerds. Anyway, many of the grade 8s and 9s were introduced to band by Mr. Cooper, our previous band teacher. And when Mr. Mailman came around, he took a more technical approach and improved our skills.
I think that we can all agree that we are grateful to have had such wonderful experiences with both teachers. If you get the chance, make sure you show your appreciation to them tonight.
During this past year, we learned many new routines and new ideas which make our music more interesting. For example, Stubby, which is S-T-U-B-B-I-E, it's an acronym that Mr. Mailman uses in order to encourage us to play with better tone or nicer balance between our instruments. He's also introduced us to many valuable resources, such as everyone's favorite exercise video, Breathing Gym.
Band has become a very important part of my life, and arguably, same goes for everyone performing here tonight. It's become a very time-consuming part as well, but it's neither here nor there. What you're going to experience tonight is some artistically crafted music due to the hours of practice and hard work we have all put in, as individuals as well as ensemble. I am very pleased to share with you our grade 7, 8, 9 bands, our jazz band, and a very special guest band tonight.
Please enjoy the show.
My name is Nan, and the first piece we'll be playing for you tonight is called Charm. Something the composer of this piece, Kevin Putz, once said was, "I decided to call it Charm because for me the music conjures up magic, good luck charms and such. And I was also thinking of the other meaning of the word, that intangible quality possessed by certain people and places that truly can cast a spell. When we first got our sheet music, it was nowhere close to Mr. Putt's vision of charming. But in the past few months, we have worked on developing our skills as musicians and are grateful to the guidance given by Mr. Mailman. Everyone made their own personal contributions, and together we made our own Tom Baines definition of charm. And so with that said, the grade 9 concert band would like to present to you Charm.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can I lower this? Good evening. My name is Julia Zhu, and I play flute in the grade 9 band. The next piece we're playing for you is called Three Ayres from Gloucester, and it consists of 3 movements. Now, I can confidently speak on behalf of the entire band that the minute we got this piece, it was one of our favorites. Now, that was partly because of the beautiful melodies and whatnot, but it was also because it was one of the easiest pieces we had gotten all year. Although this may be an individually simpler piece, the interaction between the harmony and the melody makes this piece probably one of the boldest you'll hear tonight. Although this, as I mentioned before, although this may be an individually simpler piece, I may be a little bit biased towards the song, but I also encourage you not only to listen to the melody, but also to listen to the way it blends to the harmony. I hope then you will truly be able to appreciate how dynamic this piece really is. Thank you.
our final piece that we will be playing today is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, which is a pop song that most of you most likely know. It's very famous, and Mr. Mailman had decided that this would be a piece that we would do for our final one. Because, well, it's popular. This is arranged by Matt Conaway for the entire concert band. So this is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. Enjoy. Thank you.
Have worked very, very hard this year. It's been a fantastic year with them, and I'm so sad that they're going to be leaving, but I'm so excited for what's coming next for them in high school. Before they go, I have the great honor to present some awards tonight. There's an awards ceremony later at the school for some of the other classes, but I thought what a great chance to get to brag about some of the kids that are just fantastic. I had a really hard time with the awards, as always. Every single one of my students deserves recognition and deserves praise. They've all done a fantastic job. But I'm very proud of the people that I chose tonight. And I have a couple of categories of awards. The first for grade 9 band is Certificate of Leadership. And this is in recognition of the example you set for your peers through positive attitude, personal responsibility, and encouraging your peers. I'm going to call them up. What I'd like you to do is, as quickly as you can, come on over here to this side of the stage, where you can come in and shake my hand and get your certificate, and then we'll take like a little group photo with you. And if you'd like afterwards, we can take a photo with just you and me after the concert. The first for Certificate of Leadership is Ivy Bao, Shafin Zaman, Samuel Chan, Sabrina Chen, And those are our awards for leadership. And come on up. Shaveen, come on over if you can. No hurry. There's our certificate for leadership. These people are in recognition of your participation in classes, rehearsals, and helpfulness to others, have earned the certificate of contribution. And those are William Lee, Asia Aurora, Nan Kandalwal, and Alora Kandikar. And Nan, you're not coming? Congratulations, Laura. And finally, I have two that I have the pleasure to give in recognition of being a leader in musical thought, expression, and style, and yes, stubby. The Outstanding Musicianship Award is presented to both Gavin Schultz and Connor DeWall. Congratulations. One more big round of applause for all of our award-winning people. And a big bow to the whole Grade 9 band. Have a stand and take a bow.